Want me to draw a number line for x and element r, and I'll explain what x and element r means now. X element r means that fractions, decimals, minus numbers, everything is included, okay? So what you always do with these questions is you'll multiply them out, and what you'll do is you'll put the x's on one side and all the other numbers over the other side. So we're going to get 15x minus 5 minus 3. Okay. Next step is we need to tidy up first. 9x plus 22 is greater than 15x minus 8. Step after that is to bring the 15 over one side and the 22 over the other side. We're going to get 9x minus 15x is greater than minus 8 minus 22. Now finally, minus 6x is greater than minus 30. Okay? Now, the most common problem in inequalities is this, okay? I'm going to show you a really easy example. 2 plus 3 is greater than 5. If I multiply both sides by minus 1, sorry, not greater than minus 5, it is minus 5. It's greater than 4, excuse me, okay? 2 plus 3 is greater than 4. Everybody's in agreement with that. Yeah. If I multiply both sides by minus, what has to happen to the sign? It has to change, because minus 2 minus 3 is minus 5. Minus 5 is a smaller number than minus 4. The same logic applies here, that when I have two minuses, if I multiply both sides by minus, the sign has to switch around. Because it switches around for normal numbers, it should also switch around for x's. Okay? Next step is to divide by 6, and you get x is less than 5. Now, to draw this number line, what it wants is, it wants it to be, this number line technically never stops, because it's going in both directions, because it's r. It only stops on one side, but doesn't stop on the other side. So if we were to start off at 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, okay? What I'll have to do here is, because 5 isn't included, it's not included. Because it's not included, I do a hollow dot. Hollow dot means it's not included. Then I shade in the rest of it, because by shading it in, I'm telling you that the numbers between 3 and 4 are included. The numbers between 2 and 1 are included. And then I'm not going to draw all the way down to minus a million. So I'm going to draw an arrow, just to say that, look, it continues on. Okay? So it stops here and continues on there. I'm going to modify this question. A modification on this question could be greater than or equal. If it's greater than or equal, all these signs change to greater than or equals. Okay? And this is another type of question. If it's a greater than or equal question, the only difference between the last answer and the answer I have up now is the dot will be shaded in. This means 5 is included. Now there's more things they can do. What they can do next is they could say, okay, instead of x and element r, we're going to try x element n. N means natural numbers. N also means that basically you don't shade in the line, and 0 is not a natural number. Okay? 0 is not a natural number. Okay? So what happens in this question is you start off at 1. Now natural numbers, they stop at 0. Okay, there's nothing to the left of 0. So if this is a natural number question, my answer would look something like this. We're still doing less than or equal to, by the way, okay? So if it's less than or equal to, you just got to shade in your 4 numbers, okay? Or your 5 numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a natural number answer, okay? If it was less than, what would have to disappear? The 5 would have to disappear. That leaves one more type of answer. The last one is Z. If this was a Z question, what I'd have to do would be integers, okay? And this would mean, technically speaking, I could write the answer like this. I could say that 0 is included, minus 1 is included, minus 2 is included, but it'll go on forever. So I still have to draw my arrow. Okay? Okay, this one here is number 13, okay? And it says minus 1 is smaller. Now, please make a note at the start this answer is going to have something excluded in it because it's not smaller than or equal to. Well, this one has something that's included. Right now, what I always do is when I see this question, I always draw a line dead center down the middle. Okay? And what I do is I break it off into two questions. The first one is -1 is smaller than 6x plus 5. The second question is 6x plus 5 is smaller than or equal to 17. You always, and I mean always, start it off that way. Next step is you can do this two ways, okay? I'm going to show you two ways of doing the same thing. Work away. Yeah. First way is to bring the 1 to the right and the 6x to the left. And you're going to get minus 6x is less than 5 plus 1. Minus 6x is less than 6. Multiply both sides by -1. And I get 6x is greater than -6. X is greater than -1. Right, I'm going to show you another way of doing the same thing. Another way of doing the same thing would be this. 3 plus 2 is greater than 4. If I spin that around, 4 is less than 3 plus 2. Do you understand the logic there? I can spin it around to get rid of the minuses, okay? So it's actually a shorter method if I spin it around. So imagine I do this again, but I can do it in less time this time, okay? So I'll show you what I'm going to do this time around. All roads lead to the same place, okay? Spin it. I'm going to get 6x plus 5. That's less than is greater than -1. Bring the 5 out the other side. 6x greater than -6. X is greater than -1. I prefer to spin for these questions than the other way. The other way still gets you the same answer. It's basically, Simon, 3 plus 2 is greater than 4.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Therefore, 4 is less than 3 plus 2.
Yeah.
Okay? Next one is, this means that I have to include all numbers that are bigger than -1. Okay? All numbers that are bigger than -1. The next batch is, okay, so we bring over the 5 and we get 6x is less than 12, less than or equal, x is less than or equal to 2. Draw this number line, okay? And when we draw this number line, what should happen is we'll have this side here and this side this way, okay? So that's our number line. Now, starts at -1. Is -1 included? No, okay. 0 is included, 1 is included, 2 is included, and 3 is not included. So all you have to do is this. 0, 1, and 2. There's 3 answers, okay? I'm going to modify this question now. The modification, first modification would be, if this was element R, what is the difference in the answer?
Squiggle it in there.
I don't.
All decimals included.
All decimals are included. So what I do is I shade them both in. Alright. Now, I'm not right yet either. I have to go all the way out to -1. And I have to put a hollow circle around -1 to show that it's not included. That's the difference when it's element R. When it's element N basically means that 0 is not a valid answer. So neither -1 or 0 is a valid answer. So this time around, my two answers would be 1 and 2 only, because 0 is not allowed. 0 is not a natural number. Does everybody get all the different ways of doing it now?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay, this part here is basically asking you to do stuff you already know how to do. Okay, but the wording is there to confuse you, or it's not so much there to confuse you. It's just a different way of presenting the question. Now, the first one we can all do very easy, okay? We can say that 4x, bring over the 1, is less than or equal to 16, x is less than or equal to 4. At this point, I don't have to draw a number line, because it just wants me to graph the solution of part 3. So that's the answer to part 1. The answer to part 2, now, what we'd like in an ideal world is, we want the same fractions on both sides. So, if we were to have a question that had no letters in it, it'd look something like this, okay? We could say that like, I'm trying to see, right? 3 halves plus 7 halves is greater than, let's say, it's greater than 9 halves. We'll all agree with that.
Oh yeah.
Therefore, the same logic applies. If all the denominators are the same, we can get rid of all the denominators and say 7 plus 3 is 10, 10 is bigger than 9. So once the denominators are the same, we can get rid of them. Okay? So what we're going to do here is we're going to modify all this until we get a common denominator of 6. To turn 2 into 6, we multiply top and bottom by 3. To turn 3 into 6, multiply top and bottom by 2. So what we're going to get is 3x plus 2x all over 6 is greater than 5 over 6. Okay? And now what we know here is that we know that 5x is greater than 5 because both 6's cancel out. X is greater than 1. My two questions now are x is greater than 1, x is less than or equal to 4, and all of this is an element of z. So all I gotta do this time around is draw another number line, and I draw this number line here. What's gonna happen is we'll start at 1. Actually, I'll start at 0. Just might as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should I shade in 1? No, because it's not greater than or equal to. It's greater than. So it just goes 2, 3, and 4. And that's it.